Thank you, Ellen, for freeing up your library and cluttering up mine. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey y'all, it's Erica from The Book and Spine. Welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, thank you for stopping by. So yeah, I don't do book hauls too often anymore, just because I have been trying to curb, limit, you get the point, how many books I buy. I have always utilized my library, so I am, one, trying to do that more, two, read what's already on my shelves. Today's video is a book haul, but what I have decided to do is, instead of monthly book hauls, I'm going to do quarterly book hauls. So these are the books that I have brought into my library for the most part. What's quarterly? January, February, March. So April, May, and June. There we have it. So from April to June, these are the books that I have brought into my library. And there are a couple that I've already mentioned that I brought in, which was Rebecca, which I got from the Dollar Tree. Don't sleep on the Dollar Tree. I mean, it's $1.25 now, but don't sleep on the Dollar Tree, because they do have some good selections sometimes. And the other one was Mexican Gothic and Hunted by Darcy Coates. So those I already mentioned in another video. So I have those that I got in the last 3 months. And yeah, so let's just go ahead. Oh, before I do that, okay, this is for Jesse at Bow Ties and Books. They read Imaginary Friend, and apparently, there is a character that is a trash bag. And we had a conversation, and they told me that I just might as well put the book in a trash bag. So I was going to spine it out here. Oh my gosh. I was going to spine it out. Obviously, it would free up a whole lot of real estate. But I thought for this video, it would be fun to per Jesse, put it in a trash bag and do the video with this book in a trash bag. And of course, we're gonna get on the struggle bus trying to get this back in to its slot. Oh God, I'm getting old, y'all. I'm not getting old. I am old. My body tells me so. Okay. All right, here we go. It's in a trash bag. It's on the shelf. In a trash bag. Oh Lord. Oh gosh. Unkink the body parts. All right, so there you go. That's for y'all. Jesse, hope y'all appreciate it. Hope y'all in the audience, the viewing audience, appreciated it as well and maybe got a chuckle out of it. If you did, leave a little laughy emoji in the comments if you got a little chuckle out of that. So yeah, I am going to go ahead and hop on in to the video. If the camera angle changed, it's because the camera angle changed. Anyway, because I was making piles for my book haul. So I have piles of books here, and hopefully I'm going to go through them as quickly as possible because there are, how many? A bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 books here. Let's hop on into this video. I hope you guys are enjoying, you know, the plastic bag over the book. So we'll start here. The first book that I have is Heaven, My Home by Attica Locke. It is the second book in the Highway 59 series, and I think it's a duology. I'm not sure, but I already have, I have Bluebird, which is in hardback as well. And I got this at one of my favorite used bookstores, and I was excited to see it and decided to go ahead and pick it up. And I'm not authors' autographs don't get me excited or anything like that, but it is autographed. It's personalized to whomever Ellen may be. So thank you, Ellen, for freeing up your library and cluttering up mine. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm not going to get into this because I'm pretty sure, obviously, it's the second in the series, so it's going to build off of the first. And the first one was about this Texas Ranger who has to figure out the murder of a Black Chicago male lawyer and a local white woman before racial tensions erupt into violence. So that's kind of the gist of the first book. And here's the second. So I'm going to get to actually both of these because I haven't read Bluebird yet. But I hope to get to both of these sooner rather than later and get into more of Attica Locke's work. And next up is Nobody's Magic by Destiny O. Birdsong. And this follows the story of 3 women in the South that have albinism and their found family and their biological family. So just what it says: Nobody's Magic is a searing meditation on grief, female strength, and self-discovery set against a backdrop of complicated social and racial histories. It's a testament to the power of family, the ones you're born into and the ones you choose. So this sounded really interesting to me. This next book, I looked high and low. I moved heaven and earth to find a book that did not have, I think it's Jenna Bush's book club sticker. I think actually they're not even stickers anymore. They're printed onto the cover, which I hate. I cannot begin to tell you how much I absolutely loathe that concept, like from the depths, from the bowels of my soul. Anyway, I've searched high and low, and I finally found one that did not have the Jenna Bush sticker on it, but it is Book of the Month, which I can tolerate since it does kind of blend in with the book. And it is The Girl with the Louding Voice by Abby Dare. This is about 14-year-old Aduni. And Aduni's mother passes away, and her father, who is broke, sells her to this older man as to be his third wife. Tragedy ensues. She is then secretly sold to a wealthy family in Lagos. But when she gets there, there's a secret, and that secret is that their previous domestic servant is missing, and her name is Rebecca. And so Aduni's mother told her that an education is the most important thing because with an education, you have a voice. So Aduni is constantly told that she is nothing by these people, and Aduni is determined to not only find her voice, but to give Rebecca and and others that came before her and will come after her a voice. So I am truly interested in reading this, and I think I'm going to bump this up higher on my priority to read list because I saw an interview with the author, and listening to her talk about this book, I really enjoyed it. So I think I'm going to move this up and hopefully get to it by the end of the summer. All right, so which pile do we go with next? I guess we'll go here. So I have Ace by Angela Chen. It's Ace with Asexuality, reveals about desire, society, and the meaning of sex. The next one that I have is Butter Honey Pig Bread by Francesca Ekwuyasi. And this one follows 3 women, a mother and 2 daughters. And the mother believes herself to be an Obanji, and the 2 daughters, they go their separate ways. One daughter has something tragic happen to her, and the other, her sister, feels some guilt apparently, and they end up coming back home. This takes place in Nigeria, in Lagos, I think, and they end up going back home, and they have to come to terms with things. All right, the next one that I have is Jam on the Vine by LaShonda, Katrice, Barnett. I've been wanting a copy of this, and I saw this one at a used bookstore. This one is about Iva Williams, who is from a small town in Texas, and she ends up going to, and this takes place in segregated Jim Crow South. So she goes away to journalism school. She comes back to her small town and finds out and discovers that she can't get a job because it's the segregated South. And so she and her family move west. I believe they end up in Kansas, if I remember correctly. But anyway, they move, and she starts a newspaper with her former teacher and her now lover, Ona. They found the first female-run African-American newspaper. So the next one that I have is Neil Gaiman's Norse Mythology, and I had checked this out from the library when it first came out and had to take it back because it was only on a 14-day borrow. I hadn't had an opportunity to get to it. But anyway, so this apparently, from what I understand from the brief summary, follows the major Norse mythology pantheon, Thor and Odin and some others. So I am interested in reading it. I enjoy mythology. Doesn't matter whose mythology it is. I like reading about mythology. And then I have Of One Blood by Pauline Hopkins. It's Of One Blood or The Hidden Self. And this is, what is it? The Haunted Library of Horror Classics, and it is supposedly from the first great female horror writer of color. So this was serialized in a magazine that Pauline Hopkins actually edited from, I think it was November 1902 to January 1903. So it was the winter edition. And this follows, what is his name? Ruel, I think, Briggs, who is white passing, and he ends up in Ethiopia for something. And while there, he discovers the truth about his past, about his identity, and who he really is. And he apparently has some type of mystical powers. So I am interested to see what this is about. The next one that I have is The Prey of Gods by Nicky Drayden, and in this one it takes place in South Africa, and robots have been created to make life easier for the working class. However, there is a demigoddess that is out to take control, and she is preying on humans, the blood of humans, and it is up to this young Zulu girl, a queer teen politician, and somebody else, a pop diva, and it's up to them to take back their town. So I've read from Nicky Drayden before, and I've enjoyed their work. So when I saw this, I was like, I'm gonna pick it up and give it a go. So the next one that I have is Naomi by Junichiro Tanizaki. And I read, and I'm drawing a blank, I keep wanting to say The Blind Owl, but that is not it. It is Devils in Daylight. That was the first book that I read of his. I really enjoyed it. It was kind of weird, but I really enjoyed it. So when I saw this at my local used bookstore, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna pick it up. I enjoyed that one. And this is about this guy, Joji, who meets this young teenage girl who's a waitress, Naomi, and he is just absolutely smitten by her. And she has a Western appeal, looks westernized. So he takes her in, he adopts her, and gives her piano lessons and all of these things. And then ultimately he marries her, which I think is kind of weird and creepy and disgusting, but we'll see how that turns out. So he eventually marries her, and he comes to find out that Naomi is not as innocent as she had pretended to be. And so it sets off this whole comedy of errors kind of thing, where Joji becomes obsessive and things like that. So when I say that, I mean, it says it on the back, but it doesn't sound like someone being obsessive over another human being is comedic. But having read from Junichiro Tanizaki before, I can see how he would like pull this off, and I'm interested to see if he's going to do it in kind of like the way that I think that he may do it. The next one that I have is The Ghost Bride by Yangsze Choo. I read The Night Tiger by her before, and I really enjoyed it. So when I saw this, and I thought, well, I'll give it a read. And this is about Leland, whose father loses their fortune somehow, some way. And in order to make sure that she maintains some dignity, I guess, if that's what you want to call it, another family who lost their son suggests that she become a ghost bride. And becoming a ghost bride means that she is placating someone who's recently dead or recently died. And so they agree to that. She becomes a ghost bride, and every night she's like pulled into this alternate realm, and she has to figure things out and in order not to stay there, and come to find out that the family that she's married into has some secrets. So she's got to figure that out, and so that she doesn't get stuck in this other world. The next ones that I have are short story collections. So we're gonna run through these fairly fast. It's Love After the End, an anthology of two-spirit and indigiqueer speculative fiction, edited by Joshua Whitehead. So this I had gotten the e-copy of and read a few stories and decided that I wanted a physical copy. I've enjoyed the stories in here so far. And the next one that I have is Langston Hughes's The Ways of White Folks. I really enjoy Langston Hughes, one of my favorite Harlem Renaissance writers. And I still can't find my complete Langston Hughes. I don't know where it went. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So the next one is Ted Chiang's Stories of Your Life and Other Stories, another short story collection. I have read from Ted Chiang before and have enjoyed his work. The last one that I have is Strange Tales from Japan. It's 99 chilling stories of yokai, ghosts, demons, and the supernatural. And I got this before I left to go on my little birthday vacation and read a few of the stories while I was there, and they are definitely strange. And they're really short, and it is illustrated. You can see that. So this is going to be a project read, if you want to call it that, because there are 99, and I'm not going to sit down in one sitting, even though you could, and read these. So I'm just going to take my time with this. And the last book that I have, I was given by a friend of mine. Well, anyway, she has another copy. This one is damaged, and I think it's Fairy Loot. Yeah, Fairy Loot sent her another copy that's not damaged, and she asked me if I would like it, and I said, sure, why not? I'll take it. I do like special editions to be pristine, but it was free. So, and it is Daughters of the Moon Goddess by Sue Lin Tan. So I don't know, let's see. Those end pages and get that. But the problem was and is the cover, or the dust jacket is torn. So that's what the issue is. All right, y'all. So I've been filming for like 40 minutes now. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna go take a breathing treatment and I'm gonna go lay down, maybe edit this video, because this video was supposed to be up a couple days ago. So if you guys like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when I post new content, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.